Hey guys, welcome back to another video, a long awaited video. Last minute, and some of them I told them when I was already in the flight. So you can imagine that. So it was mostly my family and a few friends there. So, and it was really emotional, guys. Excuse me. It was emotional in a sense that I didn't imagine that leaving home I would cry. I always had this imagination in my mind that, oh, when I leave, it's just going to be like strong me and yeah, I'm a big girl, but no, it didn't go that way. So I was there saying goodbye to my family, my friends, mentors. It was just amazing seeing everyone there. So I left, got my stuff checked in, like my backpack, electronics and all that. I got in by the waiting area to go to the aircraft. I was there crying until this late because I was alone. I was leaving home alone. Imagine, all the way from Africa to another continent, which is like 10,000 kilometers away. So I was there alone, crying my eyes out, and some lady came to me. She's like, what is wrong? Are you okay? Are you scared of flying? What's the problem? I'm like, no, I'm actually living alone. I'm leaving home alone, and this is my first time having to go and stay alone, and now I have to go and stay alone far away from home, like in another continent. So you can only imagine. It's like, oh, where are you going for school? How long? So like we got into all the details. She's like just like comforting me. It's like, oh, we're on the same flight, don't worry, I'll take care of you. I don't know, from that talk I felt okay. I felt wiped out my tears, and I was talking to my mom on the phone from the other side, and yeah. And then it was the time to leave, and I just still couldn't believe it. Like, am I really leaving? I just saw myself looking back and trying to find my family. Like, are they by the window? What's going on? So yeah. Then I left. We got into the aircraft, and yeah, the plane took off. Okay, there's this man who was like, we're on the same what do you call, same aisle, I don't know what you call, but he took my seat. I was actually supposed to have the window seat, and he took it. So I got into the aircraft. I see him, when you're just nervous and you can't say something to someone, like, oh my god, you have my seat. Anyways, I just took the seat next to him. I'm like, whatever. And yeah, it was a smooth ride, apart from this huge turbulence that we're in. Oh my god, it was huge. At that time, I was just praying like, oh my god, Lord, I'm too young to die. But yeah, it lasted for like a few seconds, like 15 to 30 seconds, I'm not that sure, but it was like a bit longer. And when we were supposed to land in Ethiopia, we couldn't land because there was still like traffic in the air. I don't know, whatever they call it. There were like a lot of planes landing, so we had to like wait until the runway is clear. So we waited for like 30 minutes, I think 20 minutes, I'm not sure. That's when we landed, and yeah, we arrived in Ethiopia. But then our flight from Ethiopia to Shanghai is delayed by around 2 hours, 1 hour 30 minutes to 2 hours, I'm not sure. We arrived in Ethiopia at around 7-8 p.m. and we left Botswana by 3:30 p.m. Yeah. Then we arrived in Ethiopia at around that time. I'm not sure. Please pardon me, guys. So we waited for like 2 hours in Addis Ababa. Actually, I have one of my videos which showed like it's called "I Left Africa for China." You can check that out when I was going through the airport and all that. So we arrived in Addis Ababa. We waited for that 2 hours for the delay. Then finally we boarded, and it was like around 9. Even fish meat. She's like, oh shoot. So we just locked eyes. I'm like, okay, you don't know what vegetarian means or what, but it was okay. It wasn't a big deal. So I gave her the food bag. She's like, oh my god, but we don't have anything. Let me try and look for a salad for you and stuff. She comes back again. She comes back with a fruit salad. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good. Thank you very much. And that will be enough. He's like, are you sure if you want something else? I'm like, no, it's okay, man. And in the flight, I was seated to 2 guys from home, and these 2 guys, we met at the airport back home, but we didn't like say hi or whatever. We met each other like formally on the plane, and we just hit it off like that. It was amazing. It was I was even right now, I'm still in contact with one of them. It was an amazing experience, and we just had these conversations during like the long flight, and yeah, we're just there chatting all the way. And we arrived in Shanghai. That's where now things started getting really tricky. Things started getting really complicated. Mind you, I'm alone in another continent, far away from home. And We arrived in Shanghai. It was at night. So when we were around 7, 8, when we arrived in Shanghai International Airport, the people that I was with from home, the two guys, they actually had people to get them from that airport to take them to their hotel. And for me, I still had to connect. I still had to get a taxi and Uber, whatever, to take me to another airport still in Shanghai, which is Shanghai Pudong International Airport. Yes. At that time, guys, I only had my Visa cards on me. I don't have Chinese yuan on me. I don't have any cash on me. I only have my card. We go around. At that time, they were waiting for me to like withdraw and make sure I'm in a taxi, I'm safe, which I'm thankful for. I was going around the airport, guys. Airport ATM. No ATM was giving me money. Only ATMs had dollars. They were the ones that were working, like with US dollars. The rest, they won't accept. Either they won't accept my card or I couldn't withdraw. And I was going around checking nothing, and I was with those guys, like they are friends who's Chinese, and she was helping me to like from one ATM to another. Only to find out that my ATM, my Visa card, it wasn't unlocked from home for international use. So I couldn't withdraw money with it. That means I can't go from that airport, Shanghai International Airport, to Pudong International Airport because the girl doesn't have transport. In the middle of the night, in Asia, alone, I'm stranded. So I was stranded, but luckily I had those two angels, the guys I met from home, the guys I was with in the flight from Ethiopia to Shanghai, and they were so helpful in a sense that they asked their driver if they could take me to Pudong International Airport, and I'll always be thankful for that. And they agreed to take, was like an hour ride, 45 minutes. I think maybe it was because of, you know, Shanghai traffic and all, but the traffic wasn't much. There wasn't actually traffic, if I remember very well. So we left that airport to another airport, and they left me by Terminal 1, and I got off with my luggage, and we bidded each other farewell, and like, okay, we'll keep in contact, and so on. Now, guys, this is where my journey becomes really tricky, becomes really complex. So sorry that I have to end the story here. If you want to know more what happened, you have to tune in for the second part. And the only thing that I can say is I wasn't supposed to be at Terminal 1 of Pudong International Airport. I was rather supposed to be at Terminal 2. Mind you, Terminal 2 is 15 minutes away from Terminal 1. So you can imagine the chaos. I don't have money. I don't have any contact, or at a particular time my phone was going off, and yeah, I was there stranded in the middle of the night. So for more details, for more about my trip to China, stay tuned. So with that, bye, peace out guys.